world's hottest technology show is here. 12 teams from 6 countries will battle it out over 10 business challenges that await technology solutions. Only one team will take home the $25,000 cash prize and claim the winning title of Season 3 of Capgemini Super Techies Show. On the show today, Team Fractals from India. And competing with them, Team Duolingus also from India. Presenting them with the challenge is Parag Deodhar, Chief Risk Officer and Senior Vice President, Bharti AXA General Insurance.
Hello and welcome to Season 3 of the Capgemini Super Techies Show. I'm Abhimanyu Radhakrishnan.
And I'm Renee Chambers.
This is the show where you get a ringside view of the business challenges being given to some of the most promising techies from around the world by the biggest and most iconic of global brands.
For the first time on the Super Techies Show, we have invited university students to compete with experienced technology professionals on the very same challenges. What's left to see is who will outperform the other and who will walk away with the crown of the Super Techies.
And before we start, let's quickly recap the format of this show for you. There have been 6 league rounds where 2 teams each have squared off for a place in one of our 3 semi-finals, one of which, of course, is today. And 3 winners then make it to the grand finale, which will be held at Capgemini's Global Learning Hub. It's Université La Fontaine in Paris.
Who amongst the 2 teams competing today will reach the grand finale? We will know that in this episode. But before that, let's look at the story of Bharti AXA that has designed today's challenge. One of India's largest business conglomerates, Bharti Enterprises, join hands with AXA Group. Bharti AXA is bringing together a symbiosis of local market knowledge with unparalleled expertise in the insurance sector and provides the best-in-class insurance solutions for the Indian masses.
We have our branches in over 120 cities in India. We also distribute and sell our products online, and we sell through third-party distributors, brokers, corporate agents who have their own presence in over 500 locations in the country.
So AXA is one of the largest insurance companies in the world. They decided to enter into the Indian insurance market about 8-9 years ago. They came to India in search of a partner, and they found Bharti to be one of the best partners in India, considering their brand and the work they were doing in India. And that's how they partnered. The first company to be set up was Bharti AXA Life Insurance, and a couple of years later, Bharti AXA General Insurance came into existence.
In the world's second most populous country, only 5% of the population is insured. This leaves a massive window of opportunity for any insurance player. And Bharti AXA wants to remain a frontrunner for customer acquisition. The challenge that Bharti AXA has designed for today's teams is about that very issue. Can internet-based technologies help the company increase its customer base in India's Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities?
Okay, so we have our 2 semi-finalists, Team Fractals and Team Duolingos, both from India, who have qualified. They're inside the challenge room to once again hear the challenge from the man who's designed it. Please welcome Parag Deodhar, who is the Chief Risk Officer at Bharti AXA.
Hi everyone, my name is Parag Deodhar and I'm the Chief Risk Officer at Bharti AXA. So your challenge today is to help Bharti AXA leverage social, mobile, cloud and analytics to extend its reach in rural markets, in Tier 2 and 3 cities and in small towns. To extend its reach and also to engage the customers and to provide financial protection to the underserved markets. And all this in a cost-effective manner.
Yeah, it's a pretty good challenge and we had to leverage many aspects of it. One is the social media and the mobile industry and the analytical tools and the cloud services.
We have to really think out of the box to align our solution with the Bharti AXA strategy of going into rural markets and Tier 2 cities.
So wish you all the best for the challenge. Thank you.
So that was the challenge refreshed for everyone. After the break, we will get to see the solutions that the teams have. That and more on the other side. You're watching Season 3 of the Capgemini Super Techies show. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. You're still watching Season 3 of the Capgemini Super Techies show. And before going into our break, the teams met with Parag Deodhar, who challenged them to come up with solutions that would help Bharti AXA leverage technologies such as social, mobile, analytics and the cloud to extend their reach and increase penetration of insurance products across Tier 2 and 3 cities, as well as small towns and rural areas. And of course, to also increase awareness and engagement with consumers. Please put your hands together for Parag Deodhar, who's Chief Risk Officer at Bharti AXA. And joining Parag to judge this semi-final will be our expert jury member. We've got Ron Toledo, who's Chief Technology Officer for Continental Europe at Capgemini. Right, Ronit, we've heard the challenge. The jury is ready. At stake is that place in the grand finale at Paris. What's the mood like in the team lounge?
Abhimanyu, the teams are eagerly waiting to go down, take the floors and present their solutions to the jury. Guys, let's do our famous Capgemini draw. In front of me, I have two draw cards. One is a blank and one is a spade. The famous Capgemini spade symbol will be the team who decides who gets down to meet the jury first. What will be your decision today?
We'll go second.
Guys, the jury awaits you. Best of luck. We wish you all the best. Please take the floor.
We divided our target customers on the basis of their annual income and the mode of communication. Based on those things, we are giving a different set of approach for each set of customers.
Right, Team Duolingos from India. Whenever you're ready, you may present to our jury.
We call a solution S to S, simple to super. We transform the customer from being simple man to Superman. We let him take risks with Bharti AXA Insurance acting as his superpower. So we deal with first the Tier 2, Tier 3 cities and small towns. Here the chief mode of communication would be the smartphones and the web portals. We propose 4 different modules for these particular smartphones and the web portals. The first module goes basic functionality module, which has the basic functionalities from getting a policy quote to buying, purchasing, billing, and various other miscellaneous activities like status of the particular policy. And we also present a very interactive UI dashboard which gives the user a status of his particular investment at a glimpse. And coming to the next module, that we call it the recommendation module. This module suggests users the right policy at the right time using predictive and need analysis. And this module is basically a suggester for the user based on his history, based on his personal information, and most of all based on the customer's need. And third, we call it reply for recharge module. This module incentivizes the customer by presenting him an incentive of 5 to 10 rupees of recharge for him to answer a particular questionnaire. The questionnaire presents him various situations, and at the end we pop up with various kinds of policies which suit him, and thus helping him onboard Bharti AXA life insurance. And next comes the important module, which we call it the referral module. Here the customer is the main mode of communication and the marketing channel too. He acts as a marketing channel to bring in other customers. The customer can refer various other people for the policies, and he gets a discount percentage, and also the referrer gets a discount percentage. And after this, we come to the rural area, where we propose to address the rural area issues with the most of the NGOs who are already in contact with the rural areas, and many cooperative societies like Dwakra, which are very much in contact with the people in rural areas and do know the technical know-how of smartphones and the web portals.
Great. So a very interesting presentation from Team Duolingos. I'm going to go to you first, Parag. Any questions for Team Duolingos on their solution to your challenge?
Sure. I think you have taken a comprehensive view of social, mobile, analytics, and the cloud, so that's very good. One question which comes to my mind is, the moment of truth for an insurance customer comes when he actually lodges a claim with the insurance company. So have you thought about incorporating the claims part of it in your solution?
We do not claim our solution completes the whole process of no agent thing. But yeah, the agent must be present. But what we provide is an easy chat-based interface through which he can get a very fast information about what he has to do for the claim. And he can also locate the agent who is nearby him. In that way, making the claim process much easier and quicker. Yeah, the module as such, as said by the jury, which he mentioned regarding the claim part. I think though we have provided a justification in our model itself, but I was thinking if at all we had ideated more, we could have come up with maybe much more innovative solution there. Even just a post on Facebook would help him much better, and that is what we are thinking our solution will do.
Well, come to think of it, and putting your insurance claim on Facebook at least would be a little bit satisfying, right? I've been working at Capgemini for a few years in insurance as well, and technology for insurance. And one of the things I learned is it's extremely difficult to make it fun, right? It's not fun to buy an insurance policy or something. It sounds a little bit strange, but if you have damage, at least you have some satisfaction because you can claim, right? So my first question to you is, how do you actually make it fun? How do you make it? How do you get the users there that they actually want to use the technology that you're describing? Why would they do it?
The questionnaire module which we suggested to the user so can bring a fun to the user, like we can exemplify the situation where he can be put in, and yeah, by answering the questions as well as the getting the knowledge about the insurance can the one mode of fun that can be.
And a very active social community is where people share the testimonials, and people get more likes for their testimonials, and someone who has got more likes and more shares of their insurance claim can be given coupons, as we have given loyalty points on the app, which we have described earlier.
But it's still a crucial thing, right? It's a little bit like having an airbag in your car. That's no fun at all, because it never, I've bought an airbag, yay, but you don't have anything with it, right? Unless you actually crash, and then the airbag unfolds and it saves you. So I think this was the nature of the question as well. Why not use much more the claim process to create some satisfaction as well with the clients? That's really the...
Maybe rather than posting it as, oh, I have crashed, it would be like, oh God, I'm saved, I had an airbag with me. So we would encourage that kind of post. Oh, I had Bharti AXA life insurance, so I am saved. So that kind of post which create more user attraction will be given more importance and will be given loyalty points. I think we haven't covered a few angles of insurance industry. As such, it's a very tough industry to cover upon. So I think we'll have a few angles which the judges actually grilled upon. And yeah, I'm hoping if at all we would have covered them, it would have been much better.
Okay, it's time now for our judges to rate the teams on 5 parameters. And these are the 5 parameters that they'll be looking at. There's problem comprehension, the innovation in ideation, the feasibility of the solution itself, presentation skills, and that final Q&A that you just saw. So members of the jury, whenever you're ready, you may begin scoring. Well, it seems like our judges are done with the scoring, so without any further ado, Parag, some quick comments on their solution and your score?
Sure. I think they understood the problem quite well. The problem comprehension was really good. I think I was expecting a little bit more on the innovation side of it. So the total score which I have given is 34.
34 points for Team Duolingos. That's not bad, but let's see what Ron gives them for their grand total. But before that, Ron, quickly, was that fun enough for you?
Well, let's see. Maybe it wasn't simple enough for me. Let me put it this way. You have your slogan. You almost sound like marketeers, by the way, not like techies, which is good. I think in your presentation you could have kept it a little bit more simple, actually. So a little bit less super in terms of all the different concepts and all the different technologies, but instead keep it a little bit more simple, and the presentation would even be more focused. Having said that, I'm almost at the same score as my colleague. I'm at 36 points.
Right, that gives Team Duolingos a total of 70, which is on the higher side of our scoring. So that's going to be a tough act for our Team Fractals to follow. But will they be able to get ahead with at least 71 for a place, remember, in the grand finale in Paris? We'll know on the other side of this very short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Season 3 of the Capgemini Super Techies show.
Welcome back to Capgemini Super Techie Show Season 3. Before the break, our first team, Team Duolingos, went down to face the jury first and ended up with a high score of 70 points. Let's see if our next team, Team Fractals, can beat the score of 70. Guys, quite a high score to beat. How are you feeling today?
Of course, it's quite challenging. Let's see. We'll put our best and may the best team win.
May the best team win indeed. Without any further ado, we wish you the best. Please go and meet the jury.
Thank you.
So I think our solution is competent enough, and we will give a tough fight to the other team. But well, it remains to be seen that what does the jury like at last.
So we call our solution the Trojan horse, because it is built around the concept of surrogate marketing. The idea is to portray ourselves not as the person who is selling insurance, but as a well-wisher of people. So our solution will leverage the power of SMAC to explore unconventional ways of reaching to the consumer, educating him about insurance, and finally sell the product. So the first element of our solution is a mobile app, which we call Suits Here. It is an app which has the functionality of predicting day-to-day incidents in the lives of consumers, such as how long a person will live, how long am I safe when I am traveling on the road. So this app will make use of the vast amount of data that Bharti AXA generates day-to-day by processing claims and applications. In addition to that, the app will also act as a connecting point between the user as well as the insurance agent, who will be the expert. So we can raise a ticket whenever we want to claim our insurance. Next is that we are also going to leverage the popularity of online gaming and mobile gaming
by actually tying up with online and mobile gaming companies, so that they add a feature wherein a life can be claimed by using the points which are earned in the game, by redeeming those points and claiming Bharti AXA life insurance, or even the spare parts by claiming vehicle insurance. And this is specifically to emphasize the impact and the importance of insurance, that the work should not stop in spite of any unforeseen challenges. Even the claims will get posted on social media that I have been benefited due to Bharti AXA insurance. Through all these unconventional and conventional channels, we would be able to increase and achieve the target of 10% incremental sales. And by our research, it comes out to be 1 rupee premium, at least 1 rupee premium from 9,000 rupees of savings which people do in these tier 2 kind of cities.
We try to give our best. Now it's up to the jury to decide, because we have given our 100%.
So I guess an advantage of going second is that they took a leaf out of Ron's feedback to the previous team and kept it simple. But does that work, Parag? Any questions for this team?
Yeah. You mentioned something about the pyramid scheme. Can you just elaborate further on that? And can you also explain what technology you will use for that scheme?
So the pyramid scheme would be like the current policy holder can refer more members, and as the chain grows, that particular person will gain much more points. So, but but he would be a pseudo sales agent and will not be selling it directly, because otherwise he will have to have AMFI certification or NISM kind of certification. So he will only act as influencer. Second thing regarding, he can do this either by app or even for those people whom he is referring, he will mention his policy number or his unique identity number on that form, by which he can leverage those points. And those points can be redeemed or claimed as rupees. That can be decided at a later stage.
Ron, Team Fractals had some interesting points there. Any that you'd like to question them on?
Well, first of all, like I said with the other team, they sound like marketeers. At the end, you almost sounded like financial controllers or accountants or something. So you have all the bean counting done over there. And actually, you're touching on some new business models here, right? If you look carefully at it, actually, you are sort of a wellness wisher. You could be a lifestyle advisor even, or a health advisor. And I also heard, of course, some suggestions around gaming. Before you know it, you could be in the serious business of gaming as well, being an insurance company originally, right? Have you ever thought about these type of revenue streams when making up this beautiful business case?
As far as gaming companies are concerned, they will earn some royalty or some percent from Bharti AXA, and for Bharti AXA, it would be kind of education, and within that gaming company, when a particular user or a player is redeeming, he will claim only Bharti AXA insurance. So that will increase popularity and will help Bharti AXA in increasing the brand awareness and ultimately buy those products, because that is a good medium to advertise products, because once these kind of products go viral on social media, it increases like leaps and bounds. Instead of targeting only on, say, newspaper or only via some online channel or only on TV channels.
Right, okay, so that was a fairly intense round of Q&A with Team Fractals. Our judges now have the hard task of quantitatively grading that overall presentation. And so, members of the jury, all yours. Okay, the judges seem to be done with their scoring, and we're almost there at that moment of truth. Remember, the last spot for that grand finale in Paris is at stake. Before you give me your score, Ron, quick thoughts on Team Fractals' solution?
Well, guys, I must admit I really liked your Trojan horse of wellness wishing, to use it to make people aware of the necessity of having insurance, and then sooner or later have them commit to it and even have fun in actually considering these solutions. So that was very good. There's a promise also, as we discussed, of different business models next to the core business model of an insurance company. My total score is a very healthy 42.
So that's a pretty high score, but it's not over until it's over. So let's hear what Parag has to say. But before that, quick thoughts on their solution.
I kind of echo the thoughts of Ron here. I think they had some interesting ideas, very interesting ideas, and so my total score is 38.
And that puts Team Fractals on a grand total of 80 points, making them our third finalist.
It's too much to handle, and all I can think of is flying to Paris. Right now, I'm still digesting the happiness and the excitement. It has been a long journey, but I'm grateful that it has come to a very sweet end. Just one step closer, still one step far.
Yeah, we could have made our app more exciting and more funnier way so that people can use our app.
Ron, a quick view from you on the industry beyond just this challenge. You spoke about how it's traditionally not a fun thing to do, but do you think this whole smack stack, as they call it, could really change that for insurance companies in the way they sell?
I think it definitely will, and I know insurance companies are looking a lot like other parts of financial services sector to how to leverage SMAC technologies, but also SMACT, if you like, so add the T of things nowadays. And having said that, I'm still very anxious to see what directions it will take us in the forthcoming years. There will be a few very disruptive uses of technology that go beyond our current imagination. I'm really looking forward to see what that will turn out to be.
Thank you, jury. So
Team Fractals are the winners of this semi-final round.
Well, we have our 3 finalists on Season 3 of the Capgemini Super Techies show. Remember, we'll see you next time in Paris at Capgemini's Global Learning Hub. The Université La Fontaine will be hosting this year's finals, so do make sure you tune in to know who will be the Super Techie on the Capgemini Super Techies show Season 3.
See you next week in Paris.